Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Us Being You. This is episode number 5. Nothing has changed. Me and FA sitting here having this chat. And as usual, let's get into it. FA, you have anything on your mind? Anything you'd like to express?
Well, nothing too specific, but I gotta get ready for next week. I get two things to do.
Interesting. And what are these two things?
Attend HOA meeting. So you
Bro,
laugh about it.
yeah. This is
It's an important thing.
the HOA
Yo,
meetings are important.
yes, because you could learn a lot, a lot from these meetings. You could
But
know more stuff that you've never heard in your life.
uh-huh.
Like, the money you pay for HOA meeting.
Yeah, like
H
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, like
Do
everyone
you
who lives in
know
for
when
anyone who doesn't
when
know what an HOA is, I'm sure there's certain states. I don't know if every state has this, but a lot of states have HOAs. Basically, most of the time, if you're living in a community or there's certain homes that are built in a specific area or built by a specific company, they'll have a thing called an HOA, which stands for Homeowners Association. And this what a boring ass. But anyway, we'll get into it. It is
you
interesting. It
call
is.
it you
You know what's
call it
interesting?
boring.
As I get older, this stuff gets like more and more interesting to me. But
Yeah,
but
you call it boring. I
but
call it
what it is
learning.
basically they charge you a fee. So you're saying that you'll learn why they charge you this fee?
Plus the fee that you get charged, it gets built up into an account. Okay. So our community we live in is 350 houses.
Right.
Okay. So we pay yearly each house. So if we don't use this money, okay, let's say right now we have almost $600,000
Yeah,
in
but
the
it's not.
account.
Yes. Oh, so you're saying this money get. Oh, so you guys decide how to use the money on the community.
Yes. So you'll be
Interesting.
like,
I don't think it's like that in
well,
California though. In
yes, yes,
California,
yes. Well, how could you say it's
that's
not like
true. I
that? You
haven't been
never
to a meeting
attend
to
one.
know.
Yes. You decide what do you want to do. Add more signs in your neighborhood. We have a park right there. We can add more. Like
You can
like
invest into
last
the
year we
park.
added
You know, it's a very
more.
smart idea to be honest.
Yeah, we added more like exercise stuff, like
Uh-huh.
for push-ups, pull-ups, and all that stuff. We added on. We hired a company to put them there. We paid them from
But
this money.
what I like is that when you go to the meetings, from what I'm understanding, is that you have more of a say, more of
Yes.
more of the decision making power compared to someone who's just sitting there not like going to the meetings or something.
Oh, definitely. And every
So
year
you guys legit vote? Like what do you mean you vote? Like
there's votes.
you guys take a tally
Yes.
of what we should do. Should we spend it on the whatever, painting
Yes.
the
You can't
repaving the
spend the whole
road?
money because you gotta
Right.
keep a certain amount of money for emergencies.
Hmm.
But you'll be like, okay, we have $150,000. We can spend. Let's do something with it. Like, you know how the wall on the street, fence, we can
Hmm.
change it. We can take the whole fence and build a wall. So that's
Wow.
yeah, so you vote for that. So your community will look better, less noise.
Exactly. No, but
Yeah.
I think that this stuff is I don't know. I just
What?
think it's dumb. Maybe because I don't have a home yet, but like I don't know. I just
Do
think
you
it's
know?
pointless.
Do you know you can vote if you have enough votes? The money that it's going to a bank to the account, if you have enough votes, it will be divided equally. That goes back to you if we have never used it.
So why don't
So
you guys
just
never use why don't you guys
imagine,
never use it and just take the money? It's extra
yeah,
income.
but you have to have enough votes. And
And most of the
sadly,
time not everyone votes in that direction.
sadly, no, sadly, like when we go to the meetings, like 10 of us, 15 of us, 19 max.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So there has to be
Everyone is
more
busy.
is are you saying there has to be a specific number of votes
Yes,
in the
like you
community?
have
Of
to
course, the
have
community votes.
33% or more from your community to vote
Community,
yes.
gotcha. Why don't you guys go reach out then? Why don't you guys
We
go?
do. My kids walk, knock doors, like, hey guys, we have a meeting. They send emails, but like either
Nobody
like, oh,
listens.
we're
Yeah,
busy,
everyone's
oh, we
doing their
gotta
own thing.
go. And some of them like they think it's a joke, wasting of time, waste of time.
Like me. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I will say this. I will say this that you, even though you are not born and raised in this country, you definitely take advantage of like what the country has to offer, even these to the
yes,
smallest detail. And I noticed you've taught me a lot of things about America that I didn't know myself, and I'm born and raised. But I, I could see your point, but I think a lot of people just don't give a fuck. Like they're minding their own business, they're doing what they got to do, and nobody really cares. So I
first
find that
it's money
interesting.
on the table. It's money
That's
on
the
the
thing.
table.
I think a lot of people don't understand that there is money on the table. I did not know that personally. I did not know you guys vote like that. I thought it was just like a hey, this is what's going on. This is the decisions we've made, stuff like that. I don't know. I think people see them more as meetings rather than a place where they have a say, for example. Like they have an
Yeah,
opinion.
it just not just money. It's just better for your community. Like we have a park across the street from us. This park belongs to
Yeah,
us.
yeah.
Every year we add stuff to it. We'll make it nicer and better. You know?
This also I think I don't know. They do definitely take care of our communities in
Yeah,
California.
but when you're there,
It's
you know.
different. Yeah. You
You
know what's
know
going
they
on. You know where the money's going. And I'm sure if nobody shows up, which I don't know how many people show up here, but I'm sure if nobody shows up, they prefer it that way too.
look,
They have more
I'm
freedom to
sure
do
a
what they
certain amount
want.
of people will show up no matter what, because that's why they keep having meetings. They
Of
should
course.
have these meetings. Have you received a letter say like, hey, we have a meeting next month in
I
April
don't know.
something, you gotta be there?
I think I'm too
Or
young for
May,
these
we're in
things
May
yet.
already.
I don't know. I'm busy living my life, focusing on school, like doing all that stuff. So
Yeah, just go for once.
I
Just go
think
once.
how do I even I mean look, I'll look into it. I'll call them and ask them if they have meetings or something. Yeah.
Call your HOA and just tell them, hey, don't ask him if you have a meeting. Don't be a fool.
Why?
Just
Why?
because
What's the
there
big
is a
deal?
meeting.
Don't be
There
what
is
green
always a
green as
meeting.
you say.
There is, oh yeah, there's always just
You
say,
have to
hey,
explain this. See, there's another thing. You say green
when is
first.
our next meeting? That's what he asked. When is our next meeting?
Thank you. Thank you for your
And they'll tell
guidance.
you. And trust me,
Oh,
they'll
see,
be
that's
like,
smart
okay, hold on.
actually.
It's gonna be in where?
That way you don't look bad too. So we just say when's
Yeah,
our next meeting so I can show up.
we'll meet. Yeah, like us, we'll meet in the
Mm.
school, like very close to us, in my kid's school. Used to be elementary, not
I had
anymore.
no idea. I had no idea. Look, one thing I noticed too, traveling from California to Texas, and correct me if I'm wrong, if anyone has, clearly it seems like other people have more experience than me in this thing, but um, we, I don't know, I don't really feel a sense of community. And I know we talked about this last time, like on the first podcast, I think. I don't really feel a sense of community in California. As I said to you before, everyone's in their own lane, minding their own business, doing their own thing, and no one's really too concerned. Sure, of course, you have those people that are, but I don't know. It's not like when we visited Texas, you do feel more of a community in Texas. I'm sure there's other states like that as well.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, yeah.
A lot of states are very like there's like a question mark on them, and they're just like everyone just thinks, oh, they're white country, like that's it. There's just white people living there. They do their own thing,
No.
hillbillies. For the most part, like, come on. I mean, if you ask me, what the fuck is going on in North Dakota? What the fuck is like what's going on up there? But people say it's beautiful. Like you have Montana, one of the most beautiful states, but
Oh, yes.
I don't
Montana
know.
is beautiful.
And it's interesting when you go visit these places and you see how things are structured. How are they different? Because in the United States, we have what federal law and then there's state law, and each state has its own things, has its own rules, has its own. And I'm sure you do see similarities, but there are differences. Even the way people communicate is different. I remember when we were in Texas one time, and my brother was just like we were just cursing. Me and him were going back and forth, and you're like, whoa, 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 like take it easy, but not because you're like, oh, don't curse, but rather because it's like, hey, this is weird out here, like don't talk like that. But in California,
Very true.
it's just common language. I feel it's just a part of our dialect. I mean, of course, there's gonna be some Californian out there that's like, no, I'm composed and I speak with professionalism and blah 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 and all this BS. But eh, um, I'm looking at majority. I don't know. At least the people that I've been around, the environment that I've been surrounded by, it is what it is. Like that is what it is.
You know who I blame the most?
Go ahead.
The parents.
You know what? Yeah, I agree with you. I agree.
Yes.
I would say parents of
They
you,
play the
parents
big role.
got lazy. They either this is what I think happened. And let's dive into this. I actually want to talk about this today. Parents either are either well, simply their attention is not in the right area, in my opinion. The way that they prioritize things is not in order. A lot of parents, don't get me wrong, look, money's important. Let's be real. Money's important. I'm sure you see how it is with your kids, with your wife, and all that. It's important.
Definitely. And I wish I could have more money too. I mean,
Yes, but
yeah,
I know that you don't need it to be happy though.
of course, of
And I
course.
said this to you before, and I said you're the first person who made me realize that money's not everything. Everyone wants a Lambo and everyone wants a nice $1 million house or whatever, $10 million house. Of course, everyone does. But I feel you shouldn't be too stuck on the idea that you need money to be happy or you need money to get you anywhere. And I think parents focused not this is what I think went wrong in the coming up generation. Number one, parents were obviously lazy compared to, for example, your generation or my parents' generation. And my dad's around 60, you're around 40. Of course, it got progressively worse with time, but I think you're the one person who I think it got better with because you learned and and we'll dive into that in a second. But parents, I think, prioritize things wrong. They focus on the wrong things. For instance, a lot of parents think, "Oh, I need to work my ass off. I need to make all this money so that way my kid can live the life that I didn't get to live." I think that's wrong, personally.
Very wrong.
I think that's wrong. I think as a parent, yeah, sure, you might work hard, but that's the wrong reason. If you're gonna work hard just to put yourself, I don't think it's about putting yourself in a more financially stable situation, but rather allowing your kids to end up doing what they choose to do with their lives. It allows them to have that freedom. For example, if I had 3 kids, one of them might want to be a doctor, one of them might want to be a, I don't know, a lawyer, and one of them might just want to be an artist. I have to respect that. But I have to lay these things out for them. I have to lay out, hey, you want to be a doctor? That's cool. But are you ready? Do you want to be a doctor? What's your reasoning for being a doctor? Do you want to actually genuinely care for people, save people? Is that what do you enjoy this? Or are you just doing this because you say, oh, fuck, I heard doctors make the most money and I'm going to just go through with it? Or lawyers or engineers or whatever going to school. I'm not saying education is not the answer. Education is definitely a super important thing. But you have to have your mind in the right place, I think. A lot of parents are thinking, oh, I need to make this money so that way my kid doesn't end up feeling poor, doesn't end up not having this, not having that. I
And they're
think if you
missing the
do, if
best part.
exactly now
They're
you
missing the
you
best part.
elaborate on this a little for me because you aren't the richest, but I believe, and from what I see, based on what I've seen from you, is you're my happiest, one of the happiest people that I know. You look a little tired right now, but probably because it's almost your
No, I
bedtime.
am. I am. I
But
am very
but
happy.
but you are genuinely you allowed me to see that hey, even if shit ain't going right, it can still be fine. I a lot of people are pent up on the idea that every problem has to have a solution, but that's not the case, man. Like fuck it. Like sometimes you gotta just deal with shit. Like things are what they are, and you have to tolerate them. We I think are too focused on, oh, what's the solution? There has to be a solution. We need to go find, bro, learn to live with it. Learn to live with the problem because shit's gonna happen. Problems are gonna fucking happen, but you gotta learn to live with it.
It's not gonna end.
Mm.
Problems gonna keep coming no matter what.
And like what?
Problem is gonna keep coming.
In anything, you could find, for example, let's look at marriage, right? You could find literally the most perfect person for you, and you're still gonna fucking fight. You're
Oh
still
yeah,
gonna fight. It's gonna happen. It's human nature. Shit's
probably
gonna go
twice a day.
wrong. And and
Probably twice a day.
and
But that's fun. That's
yeah,
that's
it's
the
part of it.
pure
Exactly my
about
point.
it.
It's part of it. It's part of it.
Yeah,
And I think
yeah.
if you look at poverty or being poor as a bad thing, then it's a bad thing. But if you see it and understand it for what it cannot hold you back. It is, listen, being poor is not the best thing in the world, let's be honest. But what I'm saying is, if you look at it as like, fuck, man, I'm fucking poor, rather than, you know what, I'm poor, I'm gonna do something about it. I'm gonna get somewhere in my life. I'm gonna push myself forward.
Yeah, if you're
It's
just gonna sit back and complain, you're not gonna get nowhere.
right. And I think you have to have a strong ass like mindset. We're kind of going off topic here. What do you want to kind of? I want you to dive into a couple
No,
of the things that
what
I
I meant
discussed
about
more.
I blame the whole thing about the family, the parents, because
Yes.
they get too busy
Yeah.
and they don't have time for it. They get too busy to pay their
I
bills. They
I
get too
I
busy
don't think
because
that
they
they
want
don't
to
have
drive better
time, but I
cars.
think I think they don't make the time. But go ahead, continue.
Well, no. They don't have time sometimes because
Why?
they
Uh-huh.
gotta keep working. They have to so they can
Because their
pay the bills
priorities are all over the place.
because they want to live in $1 million home. They want to drive a 70, $80,000 car. They want to look nicer and better. So, well, these things you got to do. eight
Cost more
hours not
time.
enough.
Exactly.
eight
Exactly.
hours is not enough a day, so you have to put 12 to 14 hours a day.
Would
Both parents,
would you also
both.
blame technology for making things a bit like, for instance, right now with
I
kids?
don't blame
What happened?
technology.
Yeah, but what happens?
I
What
don't
but here's
blame
my question to
technology.
you.
I love technology.
I
My kids
love it,
uses technology,
but Mhm.
but they're in control. Okay.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Um,
The
um,
control. This is my point. Where parents, the moment nowadays they see their kid crying, what's the first thing they do? They hand them
they
that
give him the
phone,
freaking
and
phone
they're like, "Shut the
or
fuck up here, bro!
tablet.
Like, I don't want to
Yeah,
fucking hear
there
your
you go.
ass. Shut the fuck up!
Yeah.
Like, take this." Rather than saying, "Hey, what the like? What's up with this fool? Like, like, why is he crying? Like,
Yeah,
like, let me
yeah,
figure it out.
yeah.
Let me understand my kid. Let me sit there, take the time, take the effort, take the whatever it may be, and figure out what's going on with him. Is he good? Is this guy all right, or is she all right? Whatever the kid, whatever it is.
They're
Are
just
they?
addicted,
Yeah,
and their parents they're rolling with it because this is
it's
the
easier for
way to
them.
keep their kids away from them.
It's
Yes,
easier
because they're so tired they don't want to deal with it.
because they're
Just
too
like
focused on the wrong things.
exactly. So give him the pet tablet, let him watch YouTube, and God knows what commercials they play. God knows what he's
What
watching.
they're seeing, what they're watching, what they're
That's
listening to.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
And then some parents might
that's
be like,
it.
"Oh, well,
And
I put restrictions and shit." It's like, bro, but there's no way your kid is gonna come out better
just push. There's
spending
always a
more of
way.
his life or her life, whatever,
Uh,
on their fucking phone, okay? Rather rather than okay, sitting there and spending that time with your kid. Me personally, I'll say this. My dad didn't he did spend time with us. He did. I cannot say no. But not I would definitely say not as much as I would have wanted. And me personally, again, that doesn't mean my dad's a bad person or anything. No. It's just like,
right, right.
he was a little driven on work and he was focused on that. He's still an amazing guy. I love him.
Definitely, yeah.
A great person. But what I'm saying is though, I would I mean, my brother probably and like my sister, I don't know, but I'll speak for myself. I would prefer, I would have preferred a little more time, a little more, rather than fucking hanging out with his homies that he would have spent it with me or spent it like teaching me something. Now he still does. As we got older, he definitely took care of us and taught us more and all this. But definitely, I do see there's a gap between us. Like there's like a separation, and I don't know if it's communication. We definitely communicate great with each other, but there is definitely a disconnect between the things we enjoy, the things like he doesn't understand the things that I like when I try to explain something a certain way, maybe he's like, oh no, it doesn't make sense because he grew up in a different time. He grew up in a
The
completely different time.
communication
But
is
yeah, so,
broken
so
here and
maybe you're
there.
right. Maybe you're right. I don't think it's uh it is revolve around communication, but it's a willingness to understand, I think. Or what's that saying that a lot of people say? You can't teach an old dog new tricks.
Yeah, but if he had that, not your father
Yeah,
specifically, but
but
parents, if they
yeah,
had the communication since
I agree.
they were friends with
Yes.
their
And
kids,
this is why I tell you,
it
you're
gets
older than your
better.
kids. You have like
Yes,
I have oh no, there's a big gap between me and our dad, about 35 years. You are about what, 20, what is it? About 20 something years now, almost 20. It's not exactly 20, but it's like 18 years, I think. 18, 17 years. That's still a long time. But I'm sure you notice this, and I notice this. You and your kids are like homies. Like I'm friends with my dad too. Like I'm super close to them. But what I'm saying is from an early young age, however you are with your kids, where you're like their homie, you're the best. I didn't live that. I lived it as I got older. But I wish it was there around when I was younger. because
you wanted your dad to teach you how to ride a bike,
yeah,
how to
for sure, for sure.
swim.
I don't mind learning it from that stuff from other people or learning it on my own, but it would have been nicer
Oh, it'll be
to
lovely. Like
yeah.
I taught my kids how to ride
And I
bikes.
can tell you
I
something.
was there. I
As
was there
long
for
as
their first fight,
Mhm.
like watching them fight for if I was their neighbors. Like I mean, this is moments you will never
Yeah.
forget in your life.
Yeah,
Never.
I agree with you. Like I've learned, I think you learned since you had your brothers around. You guys are fucking. There's a lot of you, and a lot of the brothers and sisters, and 12 total to be exact, which is crazy. God bless. And anyway, you, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but you were surrounded by them a lot. They all got married earlier on before they got married before you, and I think you learned a lot from their mistakes.
Definitely.
You also grew up a little more American than your brothers and sisters. Would you say that made a difference?
Uh, yes and no. Yes and
Interesting.
no.
This is a dense topic, by the way. I'll say this off the bat. Personally, I think it's a good 60-40 split. I love that I'm in tune with my culture. I love that I'm in tune with who my parents are, where they come from. I speak their language. I read their language, not the best, but I read a good amount. I don't write a lot, I'll be honest. But speaking, I speak phenomenally. Thank God.
Yeah,
I'm
like
I'm blessed for that.
tradition, you're in there. You know the
This is
whole
important
thing.
though, but you cannot, I feel, just take 100% just because you think, okay, like this is it, like I'm just gonna be 100%, like I'm Middle Eastern, the other half, so it's like I can't just be
You can't
100% Middle Eastern. And
because you're
I
not
think,
100%.
yeah, and I say this for all cultures as well. I think it's the same throughout all the cultures. You need to take a bit from each, learn something from here. Everything has its pros and its cons. The American lifestyle, the American I guess form of raising a kid is different than the way a Middle Eastern raises their kid, or someone from Asia or whatever, Russia or whatever the
Yes,
case
yes.
may be.
Each country
It's
has their own
very different.
traditions.
And if you notice, you see a lot. Sorry, one second. Okay, sorry, I'm back. If you notice, you see a lot of uh like look at the respect between, this is not even like racism, this is just reality. You can see the difference. And again, there's good and bad people all over the world. There's good and bad people in the Middle
In
East, in
each
Asia,
race,
and every
yes.
race, in every culture, and every whatever, every religion, even. But what I'm saying is, for the most part, the way we greet each other, the way we respect each other. And again, I'm not saying that other cultures don't have respect, but there's a structure. I enjoy the structure. I think it's very lovely. I think it's beautiful. uh but the point of what I'm saying is, I, being born and raised in America, definitely changes me. I'm not the same as my dad. I'm not the same as my mom, like in terms of how I communicate, the way I present myself, what I have to say. I'll give you an example. Middle Eastern people, they, and correct me if I'm wrong again, if are they're very, like, they care about the opinions of other people, right?
Oh yeah.
Too much. I grew up,
Yes.
and for example, and if you notice, every time you meet a Middle Eastern person, it's always, how are you? They get your name. Nice to meet you. What do you do for a living? It's never like,
That's
how the
it.
fuck are you do it? Like, it's never like, how's life? How's life treating you? It's never shit like that. It's just like straight, what's your
They want to
status?
get into
So
your
yeah,
business.
so I can see if I should, what level of respect I should give you. Okay.
Yes.
That's my opinion. Again,
Yeah.
not all
Yeah.
Middle
If
Eastern
you're
people
a
are like
doctor,
that.
then oh my God, you coming for dinner
Yeah.
tomorrow?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
If you're
Literally,
just a
I'm not
normal
even joking.
guy, yeah, that's it. Yeah,
Right.
move on to life. Yeah,
And and
yeah. That's
and, and
sick though. That's
I agree.
sick.
I agree. And see, you
This
being
is
Middle Eastern, you don't think this way though.
I've
And this is
experienced it
my point.
here.
This is my
I
point that,
experienced it. My family came
would you
over
say, so go ahead,
to
go ahead.
my house. I mean, I don't want to mention who, but I mean, let's say my friends come over to my house, and I had a friend, okay, that he's a doctor, and I had another friend that he's just a normal guy,
Yeah.
but a very respected dude. Like he reads a lot. He freaking raised his family in a perfect way. Like he's I don't wanna say perfect because nobody is, but he's very close to perfect. Who my family decided to chill with?
The other
The
dude.
doctor.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
left the other dude alone. Like he called them, they never respond, never called him back. Like this is crazy though.
Yeah,
Like this is
that's
so
life though.
that's
Like,
yeah,
even
yeah,
look at it in life. A lot of people, they look at celebrities, right? Like when celebrities walk into a place, they always give him
yeah,
free shit.
everybody's
It's like,
over them. Yeah.
you think this motherfucker can't afford paying for a smoothie? Like, fuck him, let him pay for it. But why do you get it? That's just the society we live in. I think that the mindset of everything is all about status, money, blah 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 blah, blah, and so on and so on. Uh, that's the world we live in now. I think social media did that. I think that's why parents are very driven to like, I need to push further. I need to make more money. I need to push myself more, blah, blah, blah. But what happens in that moment is that now you're distracting and you're taking away that time from your kids. Sure, you're making more money. Sure, you're allowing them to live a better materialistic life, right? But you're definitely not allowing, helping them to build a better emotional, mental, cultural, just everything, every other aspect. Like it just goes down the
Even
drain.
them, do you think they're gonna go ahead and retire at age 62 or something? They're gonna
Uh,
work till they die.
I know
Even
people
they don't
here
enjoy
who are
life.
like 80
They don't.
still working. I'm like,
Middle
bro,
Eastern,
listen, don't get me wrong. I
no,
get
no,
that.
Middle Eastern in general,
That's true.
they do
The
not
most
know
of
how
them are
to
like
enjoy
that.
life.
Yeah.
They work till they die. They don't believe
Just
in
bashing our people.
vacations.
But
Yeah,
listen,
they don't
they
believe
have a
in
lot of
vacations.
pros though. Let's be honest. They don't believe in what? Sorry, continue.
Vacations,
That's
like they
true. They don't
don't.
believe
They
in,
barely
yeah.
take any. They don't
Yeah.
take vacations.
And you know
They
what's
barely
wild?
do.
A lot of these fools make money. Okay. They make a
A lot
lot of
of
money.
money.
A lot of money. And you know how much money they make because they're so fucking open about it. But and they, for example, I think this is ridiculous. If you can afford it, I totally get it. Fly economy, blah blah blah. Do you? But a lot of these people are fucking millionaires, bro. They're millionaires, and they still fly economy. I'm like, dude. Now again, no shame, no shame, no shame. But I just see it like this. What's the point of having millions of dollars if you can't even buy your own fucking
Because
comfort?
they're used to it. They can't. They like their money. They
Bro,
don't
you
know how to
cannot be
use
that
it.
obsessed with money though. You
Yes,
cannot
some
be.
people like that. So
Yeah.
I know a
You
lot
know,
of
this
people
is one of the
when
things
when
that
they sit down and talk to you, all they talk about how much money they have in their bank. You know, like, oh, what kind of
a car I
like
got.
oh my
Yeah.
God, like they you'd be like, oh my
I
God. And when you want to go when they want to go to the airport, can you drive me to the
can you
airport?
drop me off? Yeah,
Like
like what
instead,
the
like,
fuck?
you've been in limo before? No, I've never limo.
Or
No,
whatever.
like
Take an Uber. Fuck
yeah,
it.
they
Like,
can't. They
why do I
won't.
have to?
Or when they
Yeah.
arrive to the airport, they spend 20 minutes on the phone. Where are you at? Well, I do that because I can't afford no limo. But what I'm
That's
saying,
different. That's different. But when you
yeah,
can
but
afford it,
where are you
when you
at?
can
Where are you
afford
at?
it,
And
it's just
they
stupid. It's
kill
just
20, 40
yeah.
minutes of their time just to get home.
And stress themselves out.
Stress. Instead,
Yeah.
just paying somebody $80 and tip $20, $100, get home, and somebody waiting for you to carry
Mm,
your luggage. They do not know how to enjoy life.
yeah,
They do
I agree.
not.
And some of
They
them,
don't.
I'll say this. Even look at me putting my dad's news out there. No, it's fine. Like my dad, I would say he's pretty successful, and he didn't start like taking vacations until recently. The dude started saying, "Okay, I'm gonna enjoy my life more. I'm gonna enjoy my time with my wife." He's 60, and I get it. It's probably good. Everyone's different. Everyone's different. For him, he feels this is the time. I'm with it. I agree. I'm not saying he's wrong.
Yeah, but we're
Uh,
talking about Middle Eastern in general.
but yeah,
They're
correct, correct. We're
such a
talking.
fools.
Yeah, that I would
They
say.
do
I
not
don't know
know
the
how to enjoy
percentage, but
life.
definitely above 70 to 80% at least. Dude, nobody can convince me that
They
they're not
don't
all
know.
like that. Now,
They're so stingy.
but the
They
thing is
keep their
too,
money.
we'll say this about Middle Easterns, but they do have a lot of pros, as we said. So that's why I go back to what I'm telling you is take a certain percentage or take a certain bit from each culture, whatever things you go. Like that's why I say
Yeah,
again,
yeah. Each culture has bad and good, but
yeah,
we're talking about Middle Eastern in general right now today, and something inside of me that kills me a lot. I see a lot of Middle Eastern, especially old, like millionaires, right? They go gamble. They spend hours and
yeah,
hours and hours on the table, and God knows how much because they never tell you the truth.
right. Yeah, yeah,
Like
that's true. That's true.
they never do.
Yeah,
Either they won or either they broke even,
yeah,
yeah, or break even. But
yeah.
they lost a lot of money
For sure,
when they
they're
sit at the
negative.
table for like 36 hours straight.
Yeah, bro, they're
You lost money.
wild. They're
Yeah,
wild. And this is the
yeah,
thing. It's
they
like
are.
that time
And
again.
what
I'm not,
pisses me off, it'd be like, hey, there is a show. How much is the ticket? $100. Oh, no, 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 no,
no,
that's
no, no, no.
expensive.
It's too much. I can't
Boom.
take my that dude. Their logic is
You just
insane.
tossed 3 grand. Oh, 3 grand. Oh my God. I'm talking about
Those
probably
are low
30
numbers.
grand.
Yeah,
Yeah, like it's $100. Just go. No, they're all against having fun. Their
yeah.
fun is in a different way.
That's true.
Either
That's true.
gamble,
Playing
smoke, or
cards.
get together and dance.
Yeah,
That's what it is. That's it. That's their
yeah.
life.
And
That's
I
their
think, and
life.
again, and that's where I think my American side comes out. and again, not all American families are perfect. And they all, I'm not saying
No,
no,
no, no,
bro,
no. Yeah,
but
yeah,
they
yeah,
believe in a lot of things that I agree with, like the way they
yeah.
are with their families, the way they are with this, the way they are with, excuse me, with like vacations. Like they take their time, they enjoy their wealth, they manage their wealth. They're very
They do.
understand. And
They
again, they
do.
have their negatives. You know, you have all the
Of
in the
course, of
South, and
course.
well, actually no, but yeah, like a lot of stupid things again. But you are not sitting there to judge these. Like, yeah, we're saying things, and it kind of sounds like we're almost judging in a way, but we're just speaking reality. That is
We're
what it
not
is.
judging. Yeah, like they
That
have their
is what it is.
mistakes. Like I'm all against, and they do it a lot here. Americans, they drink and drive. They
That's
go to the
true.
bar. They get
Drinking, they think
fucked
the
up
bar is
in
like,
the
yeah, yeah,
drive. They
yeah. That's
kill
true.
people. I
And
mean,
again, does not
they have their
mean,
like we don't do it.
yeah,
We don't do it. Like
that's
Middle
true.
Eastern don't do shit like that. They have a respect.
It's
Oh, I
rare.
might
It's
kill
rare. They
someone.
drink though. A
It's
lot of us
very
drink.
rare.
A lot of us drink. A lot of us
Yeah,
do other stuff, but
but they either they drink, they stay home, they sleep,
they're
or
managed.
somebody
They're
drives
managed.
them.
Yeah, they're
They
very smart
manage,
about those
but
things. I've
American
noticed.
don't manage.
Every yeah,
Don't manage.
every
I
Middle
know.
Eastern
I
has
used to be a
come
limo
across.
driver.
Yeah,
I used to be a limo driver, and I've seen a lot of fools.
you probably have a lot of
They
stories
drink.
driving limo.
Oh man, I can write a book. I can write a book.
But,
I see a lot of stupid fools.
yeah,
They drink and drive, and they think they find uh like
it
they have
happens
their
all the
own.
time. It happens. Look,
Yeah.
even working in insurance for a little bit, I saw a lot of people with DUIs. I saw fucking crazy shit. Like dudes, FA, 2 to 3 DUIs. They don't give a fuck, bro. They don't listen. They don't.
I heard each one will cost you around $15,000.
Not. It's not just money. I don't. I think the money's the easy part. If you want me to be honest, like making a decision like that is insane. You're literally risking your life and the life of other people. But the your license getting suspended. You know, then if you get caught driving again, then you're fucked again for like God knows how long. And
And when
then
you do, you have to blow every
you
time
gotta
you get into the
blow. And
car.
then after a while,
Yeah.
it's just a
One of my
fucking
coworkers got it,
yeah. You almost
and he
feel I
tells me
would
a lot of
say
shit about it.
I would say the American judicial system is designed to make you feel like a fucking bum, to make you feel like don't fucking do this shit again. Do not do it again.
But
It's
they
just
keep
so
doing it.
yeah, yeah. A lot of people, yes, but some people
They
learn.
keep doing it. A
I,
lot of them
I
do.
I'm telling you, I've seen a dude with 3 DUIs. Obviously, I'm not gonna name his
Yeah, they
name, but
keep
like I've
doing
seen a dude
it.
with
I
three
don't
DUIs.
know. They don't learn.
Yeah, again, everyone has their problems. Everyone's going through shit. A lot of it goes back to how they grew up, the way their parents raised them. Maybe they're focused on the wrong things. Some people grow up with abusive parents. Some people grow up with just fucking neglectful parents, bro. They don't take care. That's why I say I'll never fucking complain about. Sure, like I said, I'm sitting here saying, "Oh, I wish my dad did." Bro, I'm grateful. I'm so fucking blessed to be where I am.
Definitely.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I'm
Every
not
single morning you open your eyes, you
every
gotta say
single
thank
morning.
God.
Yeah, that's another day to breathe, and I think I'm still blessed. Obviously, I'm being nitpicky about what I'm complaining about, but a lot of people didn't grow up in the best environment. And but look, what I'm trying to say is this: we don't all grow up in the same environment. Some of us grow up in a rich family. Some of us grow up in a poor family. The rich person might end up fucking homeless, and the poor guy might end up rich. Nobody knows, but it's on you. It's on you. Don't like I've read. There's a lot of popular quotes like this, but I'll paraphrase a bit. It's kind of like if you like being in my mind, being poor is a mindset. Like if you sit there and you say, fuck, bro, I'm poor. It's like, no, you're fucking poor because you think you're fucking poor. And you're not gonna get anywhere like even if let's say, fine, you're poor. That's reality. You're accepting reality and all this BS. If you're gonna think with that mindset, you're not gonna get anywhere. There's no way. There is no way you will get anywhere in life with that mindset
Oh
thinking,
yeah,
fuck,
you gotta have
bro,
a mindset,
life's
man.
not fair. This shit didn't happen my way. Why is this?
Yeah,
Why is it?
you won't
Bullshit.
get nowhere.
Bullshit. And this
You
goes
won't
back to
get nowhere.
luck, where you say luck is a residue
If design,
of
yes,
design. And what does that mean more specifically? In my mind, how I understand that is uh it's a residue of design. So it's a design. So it's based on you. It's based on the design that you built. If you build a shitty fucking design, that building gonna collapse. But if you sit there and you put the time, you put the effort, you be consistent, and you push yourself forward, there's no way you don't make it. There's no way you don't make it. Just keep going. Just keep going. Like someone always says, it's not about how fast you're going, but the fact that you're going. You know what I mean?
that's deep.
Yeah, and a
Just
lot
keep
of
going.
yeah, and a lot of
Yeah,
people, it's even if you're crawling, fucking crawl. The point is you're moving forward and you're not staying either where you're at and you're not falling back. That's the thing that a lot of people. Why do we call it the 99? Why do we call it the 99% in America? Because it's fucking 99, like a huge chunk of the population. Again, probably is exactly 99%. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the actual thing. But there's a reason for that. You got to be different. You're not going to get anywhere thinking, oh, one day I'll make it. One day. Nah, bro. Like, you got to step up. Whatever position you're in, you're poor, you're rich. I don't know. Listen, you got to figure it out. Don't depend on no one, even if you're wealthy. Your dad's rich. Don't fucking depend on him. What if one day he says, oh, fuck you, bro? Like, I ain't going to take care of you no more. What are you going to do? You're literally at square one. Don't.
Just
I
get
would say
on
this.
it
I would say
and
this.
start.
A lot of our generation is very dependent on parents. Okay. Parents, why? Because parents, as we said, have come up with this idea that, hey, as long as I provide for my kid financially, I'm good. I'm doing my job. This is what I think is going on in the all across the world, if not. Uh, we need to understand that there's more to life. Life isn't just about money. Yes, money's important, but once you get enough money, you don't gotta get more, bro. Like, especially unless you can handle it while still managing your life with your family and all that. Be my guest. But life ain't all about that. And as an individual, as again, I will repeat, money's not everything, but it is important. And as an individual, you want to put yourself in a position where you don't have to depend on anyone financially. But at the same time, don't lose sight of the important things about life. Like we said, family, that relationship you have with your kids, that relationship you have with your wife. Those things are important, bro. At the end of the day, what anyone fucking
They're
thinks
not
about
just
you means
important.
nothing.
Those
Listen,
are
to,
the
to the
most
extent,
important
we're
thing.
super close to each other. But at the end of the fucking day, my opinion means nothing. My opinion means nothing. At the end of the day, what matters to you as an individual, let's use you since we have you here, is you at the end of the day, like as fucked up as it sounds, I'm not saying don't care about your parents, don't care
Right,
about your
right.
relatives, your no. But what I'm saying, at the end of the day, though, your main priorities are gonna be your wife and your kids, your family, your direct family. And so I think people gotta focus more on that. No questions asked. People gotta just reorganize their priorities, in my opinion. I think a lot of parents have their head in the wrong places, and they're not focusing. And it's so funny. It's so funny to me. You see this a lot. A lot of parents now. A lot of kids are like, as we're getting older, we're disagreeing more and more with our parents. We look at your time. If you disagree with your dad, you would have fucking got your ass beat. You know.
Yeah.
And and I'm not saying it's not okay to disagree with your parents. Of course it is. You know, like chit chat with them. I love that me and my dad can go back and forth and we can have conversations. So this is why I say I'm blessed to have my dad still, even though he has his negatives. Of course, every human has his negatives. But uh, sorry, I lost my train of thought here. What was I saying? That
With the communication. Like we were at the mall today, right?
mhm.
And my oldest wanted to go do something, right?
Uh-huh.
So my youngest boy want to follow him. So I said, "Hey, what are you going?" He said, "Because I really want to." I said, "Do you know in the old days, if my dad asked me like, what are you going? I can't answer this because
Yeah,
I
you
just want to
couldn't.
go."
Yeah, that's
Like
wild.
he goes like, "Really? You couldn't say that?" I'm like, "Yes, I couldn't say
You
that."
couldn't. Yeah, you're
Like,
right.
yeah, you couldn't. Yeah, the
And that's
communication.
why I think it's important. Yeah, exactly. So, but I'll say this: I, I do believe, and correct me if I'm wrong again, that back in the day, parents, yes, it was like that, but you still had a really good relationship with your father. I feel not like parents had
Look,
this.
it was a shame. It was a shame
Mm,
in the old days if your father went down and played soccer in the street on the street with you.
wow,
I said, yeah, it's like a big, oh my God. So father never played with their kids on the
wow.
street. So you know that you could ask your dad that. It's like a big shame. You
But it's
go and do
weird because
something.
when I asked my dad about our grandpa or his father, and
Maybe inside the house, yeah.
he
But
describes him as like a really good like person,
he
maybe,
is.
but in terms of
But
spending
I'm talking
time, it's not
about
the same.
the people around. Like it
Mm.
was a no. Like this is just not him.
The environment
The
that your son
environment
lived
is
by.
like,
Mm.
how could you play
But
soccer
this
with
is
your
my point. This is my
kids?
point. So majority of parents, I would say back in that time, a lot of older generation, you notice they're very fucking like, I don't give a fuck, and I don't want to play, and I don't want to have fun. Like they don't like fun does not exist in their dictionary. It's not in
Yeah,
their
no, it does
vocabulary.
not. No, it does not.
And and why though? Again, because of society. And that's why I
Yeah.
tell you, I think
Because
technology.
they fucking cared about what the neighbor is gonna say about them. That's why they were weak
That's true.
mentally.
Mentally
They
weak,
were they
yeah.
couldn't do. Maybe so many fathers want to go and play
Oh, I'm
basketball with
sure.
their
I'm sure
kids in the
some of
street,
them. I'm sure
but
some of them wanted to.
they couldn't do it. They didn't even tell their kids, yeah, I want to do it. They kept, like, probably was burning them inside because they worried so much what the neighbors is gonna say about them. They worry so much how the whole freaking street's gonna talk about him. Like, oh, he's playing with his kids. Oh my god, he's a kid like them. But like that's how it goes.
Yeah.
People fucking
Well,
worry
society then
so
society,
much.
they worry
Yeah,
about what
they
society
worry
has to say.
so
And
much.
that's why when I'm telling you technology, what I mean is that it even shifted everyone's mindset. Everyone's fucking mindset. Dude, I'll tell you this. When I was like in my early 20s, I debated life because I would sit there, watch these like 18, 19-year olds making millions of dollars. I used to think I was a fucking fuck up. I used to sit there like, yeah, I was going to school, I was in college, everything was still good. Like I was pretty good in school and stuff, so I was chilling. I wasn't necessarily a fuck up, but you feel that way. Society allows you to shift your thinking. Now, thankfully for me, I grabbed onto it. It didn't take me long before I was like, what the fuck? I'm so stupid. Like, what the fuck? What am I saying? What is this mindset that I have? Just I'm literally basing where I'm gonna end up in my life because of some fucking random 19, 20-year old on YouTube or something.
And God knows what he got his money
Yeah,
from,
and
and,
nobody
and
knows.
who
Maybe he
he
has rich parents
maybe
and
it's
it
freaking
helped him make
fake
it.
too. Who knows?
I don't know. I don't know. And this is my point. But society has, whether we like it or not, social media has become
Oh, yeah,
society. Like that
a
has
big
that
killer,
it's
a
killed
big
society.
killer.
And we said this, I think, a while back about why there's no sense of community anymore, why there's no sense of connection, or maybe like that sense of bonding is not around anymore. It's not always there. Of course, you still connect, you communicate, but it's not the same. It's not the same. I still can get to anyone I want, and as your son said, we're more connected than anything in the world, but it's not the same. It's not the same. And um, th- this th- this is where I think uh we have to, as individuals, make these corrections. Don't allow what we're seeing, what we're hearing, what we're reading to just fucking consume us. I was thinking about this shit the other day. How do we know any of this shit is real? Like, you have no idea what you're seeing. Like, you just see CNN hop on and say some fucking shit, and you're sitting there, oh yeah. Or you just see some random dude, right? He just hops on the and or whatever the case may be. Uh, or literally a random person will hop on, give you this fun fact that you think is true. Dude, you won't even know. You don't necessarily know. You just trust it. And nobody goes to fucking verify. Sometimes I do personally just because it's like, that's me. But nobody gives a fuck. They just scroll. No, okay, I learned that.
They
And they keep
follow.
going.
That's it.
Exactly.
Because
And
they're
again,
weak.
and this is my thing. Again, why though? Because everyone's priorities and their mindsets are in the wrong fucking place. They're too focused on, I gotta make money, I gotta get rich, I gotta get this. And yes, bro, money's important. Again, but if you allow it to, your father actually used to say this beautiful quote that I learned from one of that from uh you know family members. I think my dad said it to me a couple of times too. I'm sure, and they would say it's one thing in Arabic, but I'll translate it in English, and it goes, if you put money under you, oh no, sorry, excuse me, if you put money above you, which meaning if you value it and you view it to be more important than anything in your life, it's on top of your list, it'll just push you down. If you put money under you, right, it'll raise you up. The point is, money ain't everything, bro. And I'll ask a simple question to everyone listening. Like, what's important about life? Your health. I mean, without that, I don't give a fuck if you got $100 million. If you got something going on, oh, what do you think? You're gonna buy a new fucking kidney? Okay, well, what if your kidney's not the issue? What if you have something that you can't solve? What the fuck are you gonna do? Like,
Even if you have a lot of money,
it means nothing. You
won't
can maybe
help you.
get you, yeah, you can get yourself to live a little bit longer, I'm sure, but at the end of the day, when it's time, it's time. Uh, is it not important to have a beautiful relationship with your kids when you have kids one day? For those who don't want kids, that's fine. That's a whole different thing. But let's say you want kids, okay? What's more important, that you got 20 million in the bank, or that your kid has respect towards you? Your kid speaks with you respect. When your kid gets older, he's gonna want to be there with you and spend time with you, take
Calls you
care of
every
you,
day,
call you, make
check
sure
on
you're
you
good,
every day.
or that you got 20 million in the bank.
I mean,
Look, I'm not saying, I would say work hard to a point where you're able to live a good life, but you don't need the fucking $1 million to be like, or the fucking Lambo or the Ferrari to say, hey, I'm happy now. I don't know.
nah.
I don't think that's the main priority. I do say this. I read this or I heard this one day. Someone said, money cannot buy happiness, okay, but it can definitely make it easier to be happy. Why? Because it allows you, it gives you more freedom. It allows you to spend more time with your kids. I'm sure if you had more money, you would go to work less. You would spend more time with them. You wouldn't give a fuck. But but the thing is this, when is it enough? Like if you're already fucking making money and you're successful and you're saving
And
every
here's the
month,
problem:
like yeah.
greed, being greedy. Oh, I
Mm.
have 1 million. I want to make it two. I want to make it four.
You're
I
like,
want to
dude,
make
you
it
already got a
10.
milli. Your
It
life is
will never
balanced. What if
stop.
making
It
two
will
million
never
allows you
stop.
to lose that time with your kids, to lose that time with your wife, your significant other? Or of course, this can go either way. I'm just saying. I'm using men, female, but you get what I mean. It can go anyway. uh, uh, like what if like maybe as a mom, instead of spending whatever so many hours at work, you cut off those hours, come spend more time with your kids, come spend time with your husband. What I'm saying is it goes anyway, it goes in any direction, but the point is you have to understand that your priorities have to be in check. Are you dedicating time to your family? Are you pushing that time there to make them better people? I think getting kids is a responsibility. You shouldn't get kids unless you're ready to fucking build motherfuckers. That's how I see it. I see your kids
Yes.
as like, you're building the future, and it's a responsibility. Don't just have them just be, oh, society told me to have kids. I always say, I don't think you should be, I think it's more important to be mentally ready than financially ready. Of course, being financially ready is important. You haven't bringing someone into the world, you got to be ready for that. But if you're not mentally prepared for something like that, or you're not,
Don't do it.
then do it. Because
Don't
if
do
you
it.
can't raise your kids, if you don't have your priorities in check, you don't have anything in check, what the fuck? What the fuck?
Don't do it.
Yeah, it's not worth it. How much money are you gonna
Because
make?
somebody else is gonna raise your kids. Probably Lady Gaga or some
Some
dude on
random, yeah,
YouTube.
on YouTube.
Uh,
Exactly.
that's it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Just you gotta stay on it. You gotta be mentally focused. You gotta just I gotta give my time to my family. You have to do it this way, or it's not gonna work.
Yeah. I
It's
know
not
it's
gonna work.
give us uh I'm curious what you think about this. Um, we mentioned consistency, but I think we were a little bit all over the place. I think that everything in life requires dedication and consistency if you want to find success. Otherwise, it's impossible. There's no way, unless you're just lucky or you just do some shit, or I don't know, like one time you toss like $10,000 in Bitcoin and it shot up, like obviously, but those are not consistent instances. Those are just once in a blue moon. That doesn't happen that
Well, easy
often and
comes,
stuff.
easy
Easy,
goes.
exactly, easy come, easy goes. And it's interesting when my dad used to tell me that when I was younger, I used to get the fuck out. I used to think he was crazy, but as I got an older, I realized like fuck, bro, like he's right. Anything that comes to you quick, your mindset is different with it. As soon as it comes in, you're like, well, I got this. I'm gonna go fuck it.
So
Like
as you
even person.
gamble, you win $1,000. It
That's why gamblers always lose
flies.
their money, bro. Yeah.
It flies. You don't know. It happened to
Mm,
me. Like one time, I won couple thousands. It just I don't know how it
yeah.
went. I don't know how I spent it. No
Yeah.
matter what you do, easy comes, easy goes
Yep.
in everything in
That's
life.
true. I agree
Yeah,
100%.
the more you work, the more you work for your money stays in the bag longer if you know how to use it, of course. Still, people
Right.
want to be stupid and let it fly. That's crazy, man. That's crazy.
I think you seem like you
Freaking
had a
money.
long day today.
Well, I did wake up early. I was gonna do my exercise, but I couldn't. It had a lot of rain. So I sat with the wife on the, was the table, or, drink some coffee. Kids came over, and we went to the mall, which is, I hate the freaking mall. I don't like going there. It just like every time
Why?
I
What's
go
wrong with the
there,
mall?
I don't know. I just don't like it. My mindset, the whole thing, it's just not for me, dude. I just hate going to the freaking mall. I just hate shoppings. Like I've never bought a clothes for me. I mean,
I
my
think
wife
that's
buys them
so
for me
crazy. You're
all the time.
somehow,
She
and
dresses me up. Like I don't care what you bought it. Okay, cool. I'll put it on. I don't care what I dress.
that's your inner
Okay.
Middle Eastern coming out. But yeah,
There you go. Yeah.
yeah,
My kids are completely like my son, Champ, the Champ, he doesn't give a shit. Like he wears anything. But Captain Harry and Half, they gotta go. They gotta dress. They gotta no, return this, bring this. Like it's a lot of headache for me.
beautiful. That is gonna
And
actually lead.
sometimes like
Mhm.
this shit I hate, but I still gotta do it with the family. Like they're all going. I'm not gonna be like, yeah, y'all go. I'll sit home alone. I can't
It's
do
a
this.
family thing.
I
Yeah, your
I feel
time,
it's
your
weird.
presence. Yeah,
Yeah, I feel it's weird. Like I gotta go with them, and we're taking a trip, so we gotta go buy a couple things, and we gotta buy luggages. The airline kind of
you're
like
getting ready to go.
four of them, and we were like, my wife was choosing a couple things, and me and my kids kind of left alone. So we were like, my kids were riding the luggages, and they were
Just
like
fucking around. Yeah.
falling. And my wife was like, "Where are you guys at? Like, what do you think of this?" So, like, she couldn't find us. This shit was funny. I post
But
some
that's what
stuff
I
on
mean.
WhatsApp.
It's like I can't recall. I'll be 100% honest. I cannot recall one memory of my childhood where I had a moment like that. Like not
Oh,
even
it's
anything
beautiful.
remotely similar. I don't think my dad has ever even stepped foot into a mall.
Yeah, I mean, I do it because I feel like it's a family thing, but
Exactly my point. But
it
rather than
fucks
sitting
up
at
my
home and
mood.
doing anything
I don't
else.
want to lie to you. Like
Hey, but wouldn't
it
you
makes me not
say
me.
wouldn't you say that that is a part of like relationships sometimes? Like
Oh yes, that's
doing
why I
thing
do it.
doing things you
That's why
don't
I do it.
enjoy, doing things that
I no,
you might not
while
find
I'm doing
enjoyable.
it, I
Yeah.
enjoy it. It's just not for me.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you.
It's not
No,
for me.
that's fair.
Like I'd
That's fair.
rather be somewhere else doing something. I feel like more just like lazy. All you do is just walk and stop and look around. It's not me. I gotta be active. I gotta be doing, or just what do you do? Buy this, sit down, eat. It's not for me, dude.
Yeah,
It's not
no,
for me.
fair
I
enough.
just hate it. I hate freaking shopping in
But
general.
that's the thing. Everyone is different, right? Like everyone has what they
Yeah,
like.
yeah,
Everyone
yeah,
has
yeah.
their
I'm not saying
preferences.
shopping is wrong. I'm just saying
Mm,
for me, I just hate it. I don't
yeah,
like it.
yeah, fair enough.
But I still do it for the family.
I'm the same way though.
Yeah, I still do
I
it for
actually
the
have a decent
family.
amount of clothes, but I rarely go shopping. I'll go like once every like 2, 3 years, get my outfit for whatever
Oh
season I'm
well,
in.
get ready to change when you get married and kids, because you might do it more often. Probably, like for me, probably I do it around 4 or 5 times a year.
Wow,
When there
really?
is like a major holiday, and uh,
Yeah, but I love that.
sometimes,
I love that. If there's like something going on, like or whatever, like yeah, switch it up. I'm not saying
yeah, sometimes like our anniversary and wife want to go to the mall, so you go with her. Just she freaking loves to. She knows that I hate it, but she still want to take me. But so fuck it, I'll go.
hey, that's love.
Like
That's love. You got to do what you got
yeah,
to do. Hmm.
I know, but
I have a
she knows that I
question.
hate it, but she still takes me.
We're almost wrapping up here. We have about like 2 or 3 more minutes.
Oh shit,
I
time
wanna,
flew. Yeah.
yeah,
What was your question?
yeah, I wanna touch up on a couple of things. My first thing is you mentioned about your kid. You said that one of them is this way, one of them is that way. And w- what do you think that is? What do you think? Because you raise your kids all the same. You teach them the same, you educate them the same. One thing I love about you is that you even allow them to have their individual time with you. I noticed this about you. This is one thing I learned, and
And
I
it's very important, by the
yeah.
way. Very.
But regardless of the point, what what do you think that is? What is it that triggers them to be a certain way? Or do you think they're born that way? Are you
Born
think
that
you,
way.
yeah, you really okay? So
Yes.
would you
It's just
say that is what
born
makes
that
us
way.
just born that way? Just is that's your
Oh yeah.
simple thing?
Oh yeah. It's
And
very simple. It's very simple question answer. Born that way. Like some of them just love sports,
that's
dies
true.
for
That's
sports.
true.
I mean, the
It's
other
like it's
just
like in their
watch it.
it's almost genetic. It's almost like it's in their DNA. Like it's in their blood to
Yes.
just be a certain
Yes.
way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Even their tendencies, no? Would you say? Like I know who I am. I know what I am at my base. I know what happens to me when I get angry. I know what happens to me when I'm sad, when I'm happy. Uh, but everyone handles these things differently, though. Everyone goes through these experiences differently. So it's interesting to think that at the end of the day, you could make adjustments though to your life as you progress through life, as you get older. I've made many adjustments. When I was around 15, 14, I used to be very angry when I was younger. I used to be very obviously not like hitting anyone and shit, but I had a fucking attitude all the time and shit. And as I got older and I got more mature and I began to understand life more, I've made adjustments. Now,
Yes, yes.
if I get angry now, it's like a
It
miracle.
dies. It
Yeah, it
dies.
dies with time.
Things changes. I mean, even food wise.
Yeah,
Some of my kids, they used to eat this stuff. Now they don't eat it at all. It's like, you used to eat it, yeah, but I don't like it anymore. It's just
interesting.
like, I don't know, what do you want me to do? I don't like it anymore.
Uh-huh.
We changed, dude. So probably things in the future, my kids will change.
Yeah.
Maybe the champ will love shopping. I don't know. Like, things will change.
Right, 100%. And our
Things will
experiences,
change.
the things that we run through, the things
Yeah,
that we
but for
see.
for this time, I could tell exactly which kid like this one, which kid like, I already know if we're going somewhere, which one's gonna bitch about it, and which one's like, yeah, I'll be in the car.
That's crazy.
Like, in any way,
Mm.
anywhere, mall, ice cream, vacation,
You figure out their
like
tendencies.
100%.
But
Yeah,
why
yeah.
is that now? This goes back to our initial topic, which was that you take that time, you take that effort to
And
understand
just
them.
not me,
Uh-huh.
just them also. Like, I
Right.
could hear them having a conversation together. Okay, they'll be like, "Oh, no, no, dad doesn't like that. Let's do it differently." Like,
So
I
then
could
you can
hear
make
it.
adjustments too as well.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
exactly. Yeah, yeah.
That's a
And
very good thing. And I like that. I don't know.
yeah,
I think you're as long as being person, I believe you have your values in the right place, your priorities in the right place. In life, I believe that everyone uh needs to have that before taking a big leap, before taking a next step. Whether that be marriage or whatever, having a significant other, having kids. A lot of it falls back to you being mentally prepared, you being mentally aware. And if I have a word of advice for anyone, keep pushing forward. Don't make excuses for yourselves in any situation. Don't put yourself in a situation where you have to depend on anyone, including your parents. That's the only way to lead to failure, in my opinion. I like to view that as uh, feeding weakness to build strength, and that never works. Even that sentence itself makes no sense. So, with that being said, I think we're at the end here.
I'll I'll give I'll give every person a word of advice from my
Sure, yeah.
end.
Let's go ahead.
You gotta love.
Uh-huh.
Make sure, make sure you love the difference in others. That
I
what
love that.
makes you a better
I love that.
person. If your wife is a different person than you,
Mm-hmm.
and you do understand her difference,
Right.
y'all gonna live best life.
Uh-huh.
Friend, kids,
Yep.
husband,
Whatever,
whatever,
whatever.
your son, your daughter,
Relationship, just any relationship. Yeah.
relationship in
Mhm.
general. If you understand the difference, that
Yeah.
don't don't think because you think, if you see the TV flat and your wife sees it round, that she's wrong and you're right.
Yeah.
If you think this way, your relationship will be destroyed.
Yeah.
Just let her see it. It's wrong, or it's round. I mean, who cares if it doesn't make any problem in your life? It
Or any
doesn't affect
difference or any whatever. Like,
anything.
fuck
Call
it,
it a
bro. Move
different.
on.
Who gives a shit? Move on in life. Just make sure love the difference. It has to be.
Yeah.
If
I always say,
everybody else will think the same way as you
mhm.
do, then this is a problem.
I always say,
Then what is life is all about?
and I think we'll end it here, unless you have something else to add. But I believe that our imperfections are what make us perfect. So the things that are not perfect about us, those are the things that make us perfect. Because
Yes.
as you just said right now, that is what makes us different. And that is what makes you you. And this is us being you. So thank you for tuning in. No,
Yeah.
but yeah, no, literally, like that is what makes you you. That is what makes you the person that you are. So and that's why I say learn. I always try to do this. I think a lot of times in life, people try to change the person in front of them when they come to a point like they're not gonna fucking change. So change the way you talk to them, change the way you communicate with them, make adjustments to yourself. Don't always point the fucking finger like, hey, that's the way it is. Like you just said, if you don't see a certain way, it doesn't mean they got to see it that way. Allow yourself, as cliche as it sounds, but put yourself in that person's position or put yourself
Yeah.
in that person's shoes.
Try to see their vision.
Mhm.
Try to see their
Yeah,
vision. And
100%.
if you see it's wrong, you know they're driving wrong. You could talk about it.
You can have
You
conversations.
could
It's just
advise them,
mhm.
but don't force them to change it. I mean, you could have a conversation. So many times my wife told me about stuff that changed my mind. So many stuff that I told her about, she changed her mind.
Yeah,
But we didn't do it in a forced way.
right. Just let it
Because when you start, yeah, when you start like,
communicate.
listen, this is blah 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 blah,
Yeah,
it's not gonna
it'll never get
change.
you anywhere. We always say,
Yeah,
what do they
just
say?
not your wife, anybody, even your friend.
Yeah.
It's not.
And
It's
like
not.
we're talking about relationships in general, but I like
Yeah,
you're using your wife as an example here. But I
yeah.
love it. I love it. Thank you for the talk. Thank you for
Just
the yeah. Go
a
ahead.
reminder before you
Yeah, for
leave.
sure.
May 15 is the last day to lower your house taxes, property taxes. So
What do you mean
this
lower
is.
them? What do
Don't
you
tell
mean?
me you don't know this. I lower mine every year.
You lower them?
Last,
Is this a state thing?
yeah. I mean, probably in California, you might probably you cannot because they base your tax on when you buy your house and it stays the same. I'm
Correct.
not
Yes.
sure.
Yes, that is true. The
Yeah,
second
but you
half of what
still.
you said is true. The first half, I don't know if I can lower it, but
Oh,
it's it.
mine here,
But the
like last
property
year,
tax is based off of what you purchased the house at. Yes.
I lowered. Yeah, I lowered my taxes last year $700.
Right, but
Instead,
because property taxes in Texas are high. They're very high. They're
yeah,
they're
but I
they're,
lowered
they're
it.
like what
So
3.5% compared to
they
1.5.
send me a bill. So let's say I don't like to say how much I pay, but let's say for an example, they say you have to pay $5,000, right?
Okay.
So I fought it and I paid $4,200.
Wow, I did not know.
Yeah. So what do you do
I
is you
don't
go.
think I'll ask, but I don't think there's anything like that here in
Yeah,
California.
here you go online and you find like in 5 miles, same square feet as your house.
Right,
It takes
and
me
you
a
compare it. Yeah,
you compare it and you
you
submit your form by May
request.
15 online. It
Wow.
takes you half an hour
If anyone
and
hears
you make
this
seven
and they
hundred
listen to the
dollars.
end, they're gonna save a lot of money. That yeah.
I
See,
mean, sometimes
what
three
I
hundred
love,
dollars,
see the
sometimes
thing,
four hundred
you look
dollars.
at it, you look at certain situations like this from a different perspective. Someone looks at it like, oh, bro, like a lot of wealthy people or whatever, they may look at it as like, oh, fuck that, bro. What the fuck? $700 not worth my time. But like you just said, 30 minutes for $700. In what universe would anyone not accept that deal?
Yeah,
That's all I'm
and
saying.
the way I see it, this $700, okay, I could take my wife and kids
Beautiful
and go
dinner.
somewhere for the
Yeah,
weekend
that's true.
and
That's true.
enjoy our weekend somewhere with $700.
Yeah. I said dinner. I was thinking
Do it for your
California, but yeah.
family. Do it for your family. Spend half an
But
hour and save
yeah.
some money. That's it.
And again, it falls back to prioritization.
Yeah.
And you not only prioritize money, but you prioritize your time and who you choose to spend it with. Choose it wisely. Try to be better every day. Keep pushing forward. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. And again, this is Us Being You, episode number 5. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Y'all have a good night.